Good morning, everybody. Welcome to House Flipper. This is episode 13, lucky 13. We are building Giorgio a garden to go with his house. I'd like to finish it today, but it's a big garden, so we'll see how we go. 1 bedroom is enough for him. Okay, so if you're making a house for this guy, 1 bedroom, no more. I love the little tips they put down the bottom. I know my office is a disaster. It's because it's my office. We're going to use that. Go to our browser, grab our first office, and go to the house. It doesn't look like that anymore. It looks a lot better. Thanks to bright walls, the house looks happier. Okay, the family likes their bright walls. See, that's an improvement. Alright, so yesterday we did this whole area here because we're doing a low maintenance garden for Giorgio, and as bad as I feel about covering up the grass with gravel and pavers, I somehow think Giorgio may not be a gardener. So what we're going to do for Giorgio is make him a garden where he doesn't need to worry about it. Okay, so I've also started cladding the house. Actually, I might very quickly finish that first up because it looks terrible otherwise. So you need to go into the house and not the garden area. Do your walls, grab your wall panels. They have some outside wall panels, but in actual fact you can put everything that you see here. I think if you wanted to wallpaper at the outside, you could probably do that. Actually, I should test that out, but I don't really want to. So basically, we're going to buy many. It should take at least 2 here. I think it'll take another 2 here. And possibly, yeah, let's smack another 2 down. I may be actually a little bit short. But rather than walk all the way around to the other side, let's just flip to our tiling tool and go. I'm a lot quicker than I used to be. Now again, be careful with your placement or you'll end up tiling over where you've already tiled. There's no safety feature that like you have with painting. You can't tick don't tile where I've been before. And this is simply just something you've got to be aware of as you work through. Exactly like when you're painting, you've still got the spaces above and below the windows, and they're really easy to forget. If you do forget them, it makes the house look like it's got a bit of an eyebrow going. Alright, I'm going to have to grab myself. My left hand is occupied. Right. I'm going to have to grab myself a step ladder. So that's under other usually. There we go. Small aluminium ladder. We'll just buy one of those. Pop that there. Grab ourselves our tiling tool and our tile package. Head up to here because you can get that done. I just love the fact it does all of that at once. That's nice. Alright. Make sure you get off the ladder before you try to do anything else. But pretty much we're just going to very quickly tile this whole area here. Maybe I didn't underestimate it, maybe I overestimated. There we go. See, an eyebrow above the window. Let's just get rid of that. All right. Now, actually, why did I do that? I think that's the last one. Yep, all right. So I'm a little bit over, but that's okay. This area is a bit longer, so it might actually be under. We'll find out in a minute. Now, see, the neighbours can finally stop complaining about how tired the house looks, because it doesn't look tired anymore. Okay, it doesn't look as tired anymore. One thing I always wonder is how redoing the outside of the house, what the effect that has on your customers, because I don't I don't see why none of them, you know, get happy when I put wood cladding on, like they do with the different colours. When you're painting inside, none of them get happier for wood than they do for brick, that I've noticed, and that'd be kind of handy to know. I mean, you don't want to sell the older couple. I think it's the Jansons or the Jantarts. You don't want to sell them, you know, a wooden clad house if they prefer brick, and vice versa. But no, we are going to be a little bit over with our timber. Here we go. That's all right. We will sell what we don't use. It's really nice when you get to this stage and you've upgraded your perks so that you can panel or tile faster. It's so much nicer. Mind you, that does not help you point the mouse. There we go. And up. Need my ladder. Now there is no way to put your ladder into storage. Basically, you use it for one job and then you sell it. That's just the way it works. So you don't have a ute or a truck that you can drive from place to place with your scaffolding in. You just have to buy it as you need it. So don't expect your ladder to be there when you once you leave the property. It's alright, I'll grab that in a minute. Also, it's usually quicker to sell the ladder than to walk around the house with it, but just because I can. Shift, mouse wheel, dump it, there we go. Tile, grab my board. Nice. Now, I'd be a very happy bunny if I could tile that. But I can't by the look of it, so that's okay. Oh, no, we're not hammering the leftover panel. Alright. Actually, while I'm at it, let's just refund our ladder. And so I was doing a mission in my other game, and they had this really good low maintenance garden, so I'm going to give that a shot. So that's the good thing about missions, is you tend to learn a fair amount from them. So we're going to do the paving slabs, and did I use a particular pattern yesterday? I did. I used that. So let's have a bit of continuity with that. Okay. I think I even used beige. Don't tell him it's beige though. We'll just tell him it's gold. There we go. That'll keep him happy. All right. I'm just going to continue this path from about here. If you just slide the paver in, you can get rid of that extra border so that you've got a path and not a set of paving slabs. So instead of having a line in between each, you can just pull it up and it links in together. It does use slightly more paving slabs per job, but it looks better. Alrighty, so we're going to just give the guests a way to walk straight round to the back of the house. Yep. And pull it through this way. And that's it. Alright, I'm going to need a very small paving slab. So we're going to give guests 2 ways to get to the house, or to the backyard, just in case Giorgio doesn't want them walking straight into his bedroom every time. Actually, no, we're not going to do that because I need to know. All right, give me a minute. Go back to paving slabs. I think I want that one. I'm going to buy many, and we're just going to shift and mouse wheel that around because I want to fill that space in. There, nice. Okay, that's what I want to do. And then because I want it to look even on the other side. All right, it's just going to be. I think that's what it. Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Actually, let's go back and we'll do it in reverse. So just head back to our 100 by 100 centimeter paving slabs. There they are. It resets, so you've got to remember to change the color back. Buy many. And we're going to go over to here and line it up. Get rid of that border on the other side. And away we go again. Okay, that should be almost there. Oops. Okay, let's try. Oh, nice. It does line up. So if you want things to line up when you're building, just try with a straight line. Keep things in as straight a line as possible at the other end of it. And in this case, I didn't need the extra slab, so that's what I was trying to work out. Okay, which means I'm just going to do the gravel thing for pretty much the rest of it. I've used, what have I used there? Two tone. All right. So I could put a border in along here. That would make that edge look nice and straight, and it'll give me a distinctive zone. But I actually think what I might do is just gravel it all. So we'll go back into surfaces, go to stone aggregate, zip down to 2 colored gravel. I kind of like that one, so we're going to just do the buy many thing. Hopefully, oops, no, I have chosen the wrong stone aggregate. What did I do? So maybe it wasn't that one. Is it single colored? It might have been, there we go. It's definitely different, isn't it? Okay. So we will find out which one we have. Maybe it was colored. Doesn't look right, but let's check it. Definitely not. Now there you go, the square gravel is a slightly different shade to the round 2 colored gravel. That's no, that's not it either. Maybe I did. I do remember trying to match it to the there you go. Okay, so it was the square single colored gravel. That I didn't know. So you have slightly different shadings for your square and your circular gravel. No, it's like mowing all over again. I can't get a straight line to save myself. if you want your edges right up to the wall, you've got to make sure that your block doesn't go into the wall. Otherwise, it won't let you put the gravel down. Alrighty. There we go. So one low maintenance garden for Giorgio Shanua coming right up. Just say though, this is one of the easier garden types I've done. Hang on. All right. Oops. Now with gravel, gravel will not act as a border for itself, but if you've got any kind of path or paving down, it won't go over it. So if you like your nice straight edges, you either have to get really, really good at driving with a mouse, or you need to put down paths or paving edges just to give yourself a straight edge to work on. And there we go. This is actually a lot quicker than what I usually do with the flowers and all kinds of things. So I guess if you're in a hurry to sell your houses, this is one way to go. So like I said, I like to do a little bit of a role play and build for a specific client. So for instance, if this was the Gentarts, I would be thinking maybe an English garden for them, or possibly a crop garden, so that they've got, you know, something that suits something more their era. And the ditto with the family, I would be thinking kids' toys and swings and things like that. You don't have to. I don't think what the content of your garden, if you put children's toys in, for instance, the art girl's garden, she doesn't complain, or she hasn't yet. I'm sure there will come an update when she does. But right now, oh, pardon me, right now there's no penalty for putting children's toys in the garden, the same way there is for putting it in the house. However, content of your garden does matter when it comes to your garden competitions. And garden competitions are a good way to attempt to recoup how much you've spent on the garden itself. There we go, that's that done. Let's get over here. I probably won't, I mean, in this garden I'm just having a little bit too much fun. We have put down about 7 grand's worth of stuff in this particular reno, so pretty much to get any kind of a straight line with gravel, if you don't want to use path edging, what I'm doing here is I'm just walking in a straight line, which is not as easy as it looks. But I was cheating on that one. I was using the path as one edge of my straight line. So there we go. Okay, so we have panelled, we have gravelled almost. we're just going to throw a few plants in. I'm definitely going to need to do some commissions after this, but we'll get there. Actually, that depends on how much I sell the house for, so we'll see. A lot of the time when you play, unless you've got a specific idea for a house, you can just stay in that house and buy the other houses for your home for sale, and just keep the same home office. There's nothing that says you have to move your home office to another building. You could stay in this office forever if you wanted to. So there we go. Whoa, view of devastation. Okay, let's get some plants in and make that look a little bit more friendly. We're going to go with conifers. They're low maintenance. We're going to go with the bracket spreading shape like we did last time. I'm going to buy quite a few of those. Oh, oops. I should probably put a path down there. We're also going to intersperse them with some grass. So just dot them decoratively around the place. These aren't planted yet, so I'm going to have to run around with the shovel and the hose and put them all in shortly. But it's just quicker than having to tab in and out of your buy menu. Just leave that there. I should probably put a bit more variation in. I'm just going for a quick thing. Actually, you know what would look nice then? Pot. Right, let's leave that as is for the minute. And we'll head back over to here and work our way around. I should have just started at the other end, to be honest. That's going to bother me. Alright, so we'll go garden, surfaces, paving slabs. Squiggle down to our hundreds. Grab that one, grab the beige. Buy many. I forgot I put 2 entryways here. Now they can kind of get to the pool without going through the tables. It's not going to line. It's not lining up perfectly, but that's all right. Quite sure what I did wrong there, but there we go. Let's zip it back. At the moment, because I don't have the plants in, I can move them as I find convenient. So if one of those had been in the way of the paving blocks, I could have just shifted it without having to sell it. Alright, what do we got? There we go. Buy that one. Push that this way. Oh, that's going to be irritating. Alright, I will just have to live with that. And then we get to the planting. It's one of the disadvantages of buying so many plants that have pots is I now have to dig them all in. It won't take long, but there's a lot of them, and it's really no worse than you know, having a bunch of walls to paint or do. It just feels different. I think this is probably a cross between what they call the American garden and the modern garden, neither of which I'm okay with the American garden. I'm just not so good at the modern garden, so this is my first kind of attempt at that. One of the things about gardening is you want a variety of heights. So we're not going to do that with conifers. What we're going to do that with is the grasses, because the grasses come in a nice array of height. There, get to that one. Another thing you'll notice is if you haven't put a plant in, you've got a red dot, a red dot on your mini map. So if you're ever wondering, did I do that plant, just check your mini map, and you can see that once it's in, the dot turns green. So that's the mini map. Oh, let's not do that. There will be no buzz sawing of the holes. Whippersnipping. Yeah, so the mini map in the top right hand corner really is your friend most of the time. Actually, that reminds me, I'm not sure I got all the dirt from the outside, so I'll check that in a minute. There is one thing the clients notice is if you haven't prepped your inside walls properly, they'll get cross. The only thing I haven't noticed is if they prefer, what cladding they prefer. Or if they prefer a cladding, that's generally something that we need. Just go through there. So I've either missed it or there we go. Oops. Through with that. It's green, yep. You know what? I've changed my mind. That whole thing can be the same as the rest. Let's grab our plants, our conifers, our brachiate, our bimini, and off to the races. Well, okay, maybe not the races. That one there, that one over there. This one a bit closer. That will do. That one there, this one closer, and another one about there. Okay, just get these in, and then we'll put the grasses in, and then we will be done, and we can sell this place. Half the time I start without any idea what I'm going to do. Which is good because then you can kind of flex with it as it goes. It's a bit like writing a book, really. So there you go, decorative grass. Let's put in some tall grasses. There's some nice 2.5 meters. You can get some color variation down the side. I've got a lot of yellow. Yeah, I might actually stick with that one. Okay, as you can see, it's quite a big plant. I'm going to put one there. There's no digging involved though. One there. going to put a smaller one there, so I'll put that one up the back. One in the middle. Don't want any of them really up the front. I'd like my oops. I'd like my background to be bigger than my foreground, so alrighty. Someone's going to get poked in the eye if I'm not careful. There we go. Right, that's enough of the big plants. Let's go for the slightly smaller ones. So we've got 2.5 to... I'm actually going to go for a bit more of a contrast, and we might go down to 1.5 meters, which is half the height. I kind of like that one. That's pretty as well. Alright, let's go with the chunkier one. You know what, that's enough contrast. Back. Let's go with Pampas and see what that looks like. That's kind of pretty. Wow. Okay. I like it anyway. It's a nice variation. Oh, too many. Trying to avoid putting them in a straight line. I need one of these feathery things over here. Okay. Actually, I probably need one over there as well. And last but not least, the really short grasses. I've got 0.3, so I've got blooming grass and I've got ornamentals. I've got broad grass. What's that look like? No, I don't really want a broad grass. Let's go for an ornamental. Blooming. Oh, I like that. I'll do that one. Here and here. There. There and there. One about here. One about here. And another. Won't leave that one. And I think if I get stuck under another of these jolly trees, I'm going to be really upset. Mind you, I am the silly person walking under them, so I suppose I shouldn't complain too badly. Alright, that's it. That's you know, I'm really not used to that look, but I like it. Okay, let's check it out. Just do a last minute walkthrough in the house. Paintings, plants, yep. Wardrobe, essential for Giorgio. Likes his wardrobes. I know, don't yell at me. It's not the best designed bathroom sauna layout ever. Did I put a light on in here? I did, yeah. All right. Let's sell this place. All right, we're going to submit for a garden contest first. So in an American garden, it's easy to maintain, practical, evergreen plants, low profile, relaxing and recreation, swimming pool, sun chairs, and a gazebo. I don't have a gazebo, but I do have a patio, so that would work. This one here is comfortable furniture, elegant geometric forms. There aren't too many plants, usually evergreen bushes, glass, metal, concrete, wood, and gravel. I'm going to actually go with the modern garden. I think I'd probably do better with the American, but I haven't done a modern garden before, so we'll see how this rates. Oh, wow, okay. So apparently my plant selection was spot on. I've missed something with the equipment, probably the comfortable furniture. I don't have a lot, but more an American area. The layout, 132 points. Pluses, practical garden, lot of plants, various surface. It's very clean. That's good. And the value of the house has gone up by 35%. So that's one reason for doing a contest. So we'll just escape out of that. Well, house sale. Okay, I bought the house for this much. My current budget is really low. I've participated in the garden contest, which increased the house price by this much. And I'm going to put it on auction now. Tarentum. 2 bathrooms. What do you think I am, a magician? 3 rooms for the Gentiles. So basically it goes through Giorgio Shanua. So we bought it for 28. We've only made 1,000 profit on it. So I didn't do as well as I was hoping. And the other thing you notice with this is it tells you what your clients like. A big bedroom, no kitchen. Not enough wardrobes. A sauna and a bathtub. Negative opinions, absolutely none, so that's pretty good. Jimmy, 1 bedroom, no junk. So he's actually really happy, and there's nothing that he hates. He likes his double beds. No TV in the thing. Veronica, she likes the pictures, the art. There are some plants and so on, so that works for her. And so on and so forth. So the top ones are pretty happy. The bottom one, all right, he wants to rent it to 2 people, so I don't know why he's looking at a small shack. And Norwegians like a house with a sauna, so it's always worth it. 2 bathrooms. This man, mind you, whinges about the expensive furniture, and yet he loves a sauna, so he's a bit confusing at times. Kitchenette in the living room, and whoever heard of a house without a sofa? So what I'm going to try now is to see how much, usually at this price, when they're not very far above your buying price, they'll laugh at you when you ask for more, but I'm going to negotiate anyway. So I'm going to ask to maybe increase the payment by 50% of what he's prepared, maybe. And let's hit enter and see what he does with that. No, negotiate offer. Too low. Money's not important. Well, you never know, you look in a big city. Awesome. So I've now increased my profit a good bit. So even if you don't think you've got a chance at selling it for more, always try. I don't always ask for the most I can get. I generally ask about the 50% range. Some of them still laugh at me, but that's okay. And we made an extra 10 grand on the garden competition as well, so that's not too bad. We'll hit OK and we'll sell that. Accept the offer, spaced. Brilliant. So tomorrow what we're going to do is first auction. If you'd like to check some buyer's details, excellent. We'll do that in just a tick. All right. So tomorrow I will probably spend some time on this place, but I think we might also head in and do a couple of these extra missions and see what other tools we can pick up, as well as extra cash for our renovations. Now, what they were saying about the tablet, you go tab. Remember how we looked at these guys before and there was nothing really in there? So we don't have any information because they didn't look at that one. But now we look at Chang Tua, we've got things that he likes and things he doesn't like. And that'll be the whole thing throughout. So you will get things you don't like for clients that you disappoint. We didn't disappoint Giorgio, so he's not got any, but things like for Jack Tarrington, these will all come up. And that is where I'll leave you. Thanks for hanging with me today, and I'll hope to catch you all tomorrow.